Welcome to LifePoint TV. I'm Pastor Del Phillips, your host for LifePoint, your path to real life. Well, I want you to stay with us as we continue our study, taken from just a portion, our passage of a scripture here in Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. This is the prayer of instruction, or the prayer that Jesus instructs his disciples to pray, inculcating it into their daily prayer ritual. As we said in our introduction, prayer is a part of the daily ritual for anyone who is following the traditional Jewish path. Prayer is synonymous with life. The word in Hebrew for prayer that means also means humanity. So the same exact word in Hebrew, mav that is the word for prayer, is also the word for humanity. So that word prayer representing humanity teaches us that mankind, humankind is created to do what? To pray. So pray is an extraordinary part of the daily ritual within the Jewish culture. That's important because this principle that is established here regarding uh, the uh, the order, the divine order of life, it is taken from the prayer ritual. It is a part of the prayer ritual that Jesus introduces to his disciples to help them understand that in their daily ritual, this principle that we are reviewing here is something that should be observed every single day. Verse 10 here in Matthew chapter 6 says, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, this earth, the human anatomy, as it is in heaven. This is a teaching principle that is not only an observation that's made in the prayer ritual, but it is a principle that is taught throughout Scripture. That in the significance of God's kingdom being established in the earth, and it is implied that where His kingdom is established, His will be pursued. So God's kingdom established in the earth, in the human, in my life, my earth, my personal residence, if you will. Not only is his kingdom, his authority, his rule established, but also is my pursuit after God's divine will. This is what will give us divine order in our life. We ended in our last lesson, we talked about in the absence of order, there is only left chaos. So if you are wrestling with chaos right now, you are constantly chasing after the unreachable. You are constantly striving to achieve the unachievable. Then I challenge you right now to reckon with the necessity of establishing divine order in your life. The absence of order produces chaos. Here's something else that's just in truth. That's also its truth. The inverse. The presence of order is the absence of chaos. So if we want to eliminate chaos, we have to establish God's order. Where is his order? Establishing God's kingdom, his authority, his rule in my earth, in my life, and making myself subject to pursuing after his will for my life. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. This is the pattern, the design that God gives us to teach us how to make life work. The necessity of God's divine order. It makes life work. Let's look at uh, one more illustration concerning the significance of divine order. Watch this. Um, it's important for us to recognize that in heaven, because it says, "Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done in earth, where as it is in heaven." So in heaven, there is no interference with God's authority. Ooh, watch this. Or with His will. So where will we find our peace? We will find our peace when we are removed from interfering with God's rule in our life. You know, for you and I as believers, that's an area where we struggle. Do I let God lead, or do I try to take over the reins myself? You know, will I be subject to pursuing His will, or is there something greater that I want out of life? Here's something important for us to understand. The pattern that we are given, the design that this principle is based on, says, "As in heaven, so let it be on the earth." In heaven, let it happen here on the earth. Well, in heaven, there is no interference with God's kingdom, no interference with His rule. There's no interference with God's will. Everything in heaven, it must abide according to His will. So if there's no interference in heaven, we have to remove all interference here in this earth. Wow. That would start with me, making sure that I remove all things that interfere with God's plan and His desire, His design for my life. I want you to hold on to that truth, to that little nugget, as we continue to explore this study. This is Pastor Dale Phillips encouraging you to stay on the path that leads to real life.